Hi everybody, Melissa here. It is a beautiful Sunday morning and I wanted to come on and post because I have had two vendor events the last couple of days, and I have realized some of the misconceptions, some of the things that I've just, questions that people have asked me. And I also was about to change my manicure, and that was one of the things that people kept asking about. Well, how does it come off? And my answer was with nail polish, because it's nail polish. And I think when people look at the designs, they were a little intimidated, thinking, okay, is this really gonna come off with nail polish? And I've also had people reach out to me that they've had experiences where they had a hard time getting it off. So I thought, wow, this is a perfect opportunity, not only, just to educate people and to just show them how easy the product is, but also for me to change my manicure. And I also wanted to take some time to show you exactly what comes in your packet. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm just gonna take my cotton ball here. I have just some cheapy acetone nail polish remover. I'm just gonna dip it in. And I'm gonna start with this one right here. So my ring finger, I have a design on it. I'm just gonna hold the cotton ball on there. Okay, and one of the things that I noticed about ColorStreet is that I love doing red. I used to paint my nails red for the holidays. And whenever I would go to take off my polish, my fingers were pink. So look at that. There's that first one. That was my plaid. I have a Good Girls Gone plaid on. And there it is. So I think the biggest trick is to soak your cotton ball and just let it soak, like just let it sit on your nail for a little bit, and it comes right off. Because think about it, let it sit on your nail, because it is a base coat, it's a color, and it's a top coat in one step. So that is at least 2 more steps than I ever used to do when I would paint my nails. There we go, look at that. Can you see? It's off, right in front of you here. I'm sitting here in my sunroom. I don't have drips. I don't have bleeding. I can do this on my furniture. And then typically what I do though is, you can kind of see, is especially with some of the darker colors, is I use 1 cotton ball per nail. And I think that just, works better, because you're really able to just soak it on there and get all of that polish off. I don't know if there's anything scientific behind it, but look at that. Taking my nail polish off, I'm just gonna let this one soak here. I have a bunch on here. At my vendor events, I've had a lot of people ask me about other products that were on the market. Well, is this like that? I've had that before, and it has peeled, or I would get it stuck in my hair as I was like fixing my hair, and it's one of those products that you just have to try. And I can't even tell you, I would say that in the past 2 days, that 90% of the people who I sold to were just gonna walk by my table. They just saw these packages with these fake nails in them, right? And I didn't let them walk by. I said, hey, how are you? Have you heard of ColorStreet? And most of them that were just gonna be like, no. And once I convinced people to try it, guess what? Every single person who put this on and did a sample bought it, because you know, even people who said, well, I don't really have nails. And I showed them, well, I don't wear my nails long either. I keep mine short by choice. I started off not having nails. And I just, you know, people put it on and they were like, wow, this is so easy. I need to get a pack. I need to, you know, try this out because I have not worn nail polish in years because it's such a pain. And then I've also had people who, I've learned a couple of interesting things this weekend actually, is that young girls that are in gymnastics can't have nail polish on for competitions. So I had a mom that I know through my son's soccer. Her little girl is in competitions, and so she was telling me that, and I was like, oh, and I don't know, I just thought, oh, okay. It didn't really dawn on me to kind of inquire more, but since I did a vendor event at a gymnastics place yesterday, I was talking to one of the moms, and this little girl was so cute. She wanted these nails. She wanted this nail polish, and I did a demonstration on her. And the mom was like, well, you know, just do the demonstration. We can't put them on yet because you have a competition. So I was asking about it, and so apparently it is that it's not a deduction, but it's a distraction. So I had no idea. But the fun thing about this is what the mom saw was, oh my gosh, that's so easy that, you know, she can do that in between competitions. She can have something fun, and it's not like she has to sit there and be still, and it takes a whole bunch of time to, you know, deal with the product. So look at this, in just the time that we have been talking, I have removed my nail polish. I have some cotton balls stuck to me, and so what I'm just gonna do one little last time is I'm just gonna go over, because I still have some base coat. So you'll see there's like, I mean, it's legitimately base coat, top coat. So I'm just gonna get some of that little last bit of base coat off of my nails. There we go. Look at that. Okay, so that's it. I just removed my nail polish. Look at that. I had bright red nail polish with a design. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pause the video, and I'm gonna wash my hands because they smell like acetone, and throw out my cotton balls. And I'm gonna be back to show you how to apply these. You know, we're gonna do a full set, how to apply, and what comes in your ColorStreet package. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I washed my hands. And I also changed my angle because that squint in the sun is pretty strong. Look at this. I have no more nail polish on my hands. So, what comes in a package? All right, so what I'm gonna put on is I'm gonna put Ostentatious on right now. So when you get your order in the mail, it's gonna come in a packet like this. On the back, it's gonna have some directions. You're gonna open up your packet, and what are you gonna find inside? You're gonna find your set of strips here in cellophane. You are going to find a nail file, and you're going to find an alcohol wipe. So it's really nothing fancy. It just happens to have ColorStreet on it. So if you become an ongoing customer, just grab some of these from the pharmacy, or, you know, the drugstore or whatever, Walgreens, CVS, and just have some on hand. It's just alcohol wipes, or if you even have rubbing alcohol, that works too. So I'm just gonna go ahead, and I'm just gonna make sure I have everything off of my fingers before I get going. Yeah, so I mean, it just was pretty amazing just getting the reaction and the surprise that a lot of people had about the product. So fixing my shirt here, sorry. it was pretty neat to just catch people off guard and them loving a product that they didn't even know they needed to love. So it was pretty fun. All right, you're gonna have a little tab here. So I'm ready to put my nails on. I'm just gonna open it up. So what you're gonna end up with, all right, you have 2 sets of double-sided strips, okay? So what am I gonna do? This set is going to be for my nails, and I'm gonna use this one as a pedicure. So I'm gonna put this one aside, and actually I'm gonna probably just put it back in the cellophane while I'm working with the other one. So I'm gonna just put that away, that over here. It actually takes me longer to get it back in the cellophane than it does to do my nails, I feel like sometimes. There we go. Okay, so that's there. All right, so you have two double-sided strips. I typically never need to use that one. I'll use that one typically for my toes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take that one off. I know that. The key is to start with your pinky and to work your way forward. So I am going to go ahead with starting with this one right here. And this little tiny one, unless you have really narrow, you know, thin, I typically don't use this one. I save this for my little toe. So I'm gonna, again, put that aside. So you're gonna remove a little strap, the little tab, okay? I just took the clear coat tab off. You'll see that, it says peel here. I'm gonna remove it from the backing. So I have the backing here, I have the nail strip here, and guess what? I'm just gonna take the silver tab off. Easiest thing ever. Now look at, I have it on my finger here. I mean, can I get that any simpler? They're not fragile. They're not gonna just, you know, tear in your hands. They are strong enough to be maneuverable. So what I did here is I just lined it up on my finger. You do want to avoid your cuticles and your skin because, I mean, just like with breaking the nail polish, it's gonna peel off as it dries. So I'm just gonna put it on there. I'm just gonna make sure. One of the things that I notice that people do when they first start is they don't get the sides. So really make sure you press down the sides. And then I just kind of push it down, okay? Now, this is an important part. Do not pull, just poke. So you're gonna kind of wrap it over. Do you see here? It's kind of folded over my nail. I'm gonna take my other fingernail, or you can use a cuticle stick. But what I'm just gonna do is my nails are just long enough where I can use my other fingernail. And I'm just poking. Look at that. Done. Done. I can pick things up. I can hold the pillow. I can rub it against things. Look at, it's done. Seriously, life-changing. So what am I gonna do with this other tab? I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take my other piece and I'm going to go ahead and put it on my other pinky. And see, I was able to kind of position it a little bit more. And here we go. Okay. I didn't like that, so I'm just gonna fix it one more time here. So how long do these last? Okay, so there you go. There's my little tab. I push down the sides real good. It's just, I kind of almost give it like a little bit of a squeeze. Bend it over. So there we go. Look at that. Done. Done. That's the application. And oh, here's my strips. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna work my way from my pinky and leave my thumbs last because I'm gonna use those as tools as I go along. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take the next one. I'm gonna probably do this one right here. So I'm just gonna go along, tab, take the silver off, didn't like how that looked. I'm just gonna reposition a little bit. There we go. Okay, squeeze the sides, bend over, and just poke. I'm just gonna poke, don't pull, because just think about it. It's nail polish, and if you pull, it's gonna tear. So, there we go. Look at that. Perfect. So, you know, that's the basics of removal and application. So, I hope this was helpful. And, you know, again, reach out with any questions. You can drop comments here. And I really hope that you guys give ColorStreet a try. I think you'll really enjoy it. Just like all of the, you know, customers that I've met over the last couple of days that have been just blown away by this product that you just never knew that you needed. So I'm here for you guys for any questions, and let me know if you need you know, any other information. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video, and I really do hope you enjoy ColorStreet as much as I do. Take care. Bye.